Hello students and welcome in Pricing Decision and Strategies Unit 5, the part 3 or the final part of this chapter. This unit will end over here. But before that, we had learned something about this in last two parts where we understand the pricing decision strategies. And different strategies work for the deciding the pricing. We want to earn a profit, we want to face the competition, we want to give service to the customers, we want something in different angles. So as per that, our pricing strategies were decided. That pricing strategies matter whether you are a newcomer, whether you are an existing one, or the competitor is changing their pricing. We used to follow the different angles for pricing strategies. So deciding price has taken place in a skimming pricing place, penetration pricing, premium pricing, cost plus pricing. We had learned these concepts earlier, that competitor based pricing and the value based pricing. This six part we studied earlier, and now today we are continuing the next part, that pricing decision and strategies. What we are going to include in this, that the factors influencing pricing decision, each factors matters a lot for deciding a pricing. As I earlier explained, that the competitor or the price of product already in a cost price, then the scenario of market, environment of market, the stage of our product, at what stage we are lying, whether our product at the introduction stage or in the growth or maturity stage, the pricing may differ. So next, the use of cost in pricing, how the cost is going to change and in different pricing. So cost different the selling price because of cost influencing the prices. Meaning of price sensitivity. What is the price sensitivity? How we can sense the pricing things. Factor affecting the price sensitivity. What sort of factors are going to be seen? This will be the little smaller unit. Here already we have covered the six pricing strategies. One was the skimming pricing, where we are entering at higher price. Second one was the penetration pricing, where we are entering at a lower price. We want to capture the market, we want to take a higher market share, and then gradually we are increasing the price. Whereas in skimming pricing is exactly opposite. We are entering at higher prices, new fashion trend of the product, and day by day, gradually, as the competitors are growing, we are setting a lesser pricing for the same product. Then we studied the premium pricing, where the customer, as per customers, we are deciding the pricing, premium pricing. Next part was there as cost-based pricing. We adding the cost plus profit, and that was very simple concept. As the same competition-based pricing. In competition-based pricing, we follow the competitor's price, where we need to understand that how much amount is decided by the competitor, and it is quite easy for the new entrants. Those who are entering newly in the market, they are easy to follow the same thing for the pricing. And the next one was the value based, as per the customer's opinion or what is there in the customer's mind matters a lot. This is how we can say that customer based pricing, where customers willingness and customers opinions matter a lot. So we had studied these six pricing strategies earlier in second videos. Now we are moving towards how the factors, which factors are influencing the pricing decision. While deciding the price, which factors needs to be considered in our mind? What are the factors which influence our pricing decision? Which either allow us to increase the price, or we restrict us, or we bond us to reduce the price. That depends which factors are there. So first factors influencing is competitors. Yes, of course. Competitor who is already selling the substitute product for our product. And if our product at a better quality, but at a higher price. Our competitor is selling the same product or alternative at the same quality item at a lesser price. This will hurt your market share. Definitely the profit will reduce over here. So here we need to decide what is our competitor's price. So as per competitors pricing, we need to design our product and our pricing. Business cannot operate it in vacuum. We are not alone in this market. When it is a case when you are monopolistic, no one is going to influence your pricing other than you. So, in competition market, with how to follow the competitor's pricing. So, pricing decisions are influenced by the competitors' reactions as well. Suppose you reduce your pricing and competitor reduce his price more than you, and now his selling price is lesser than your selling price. Again, you are going to face a competition. So that matters a lot. Competitors are always there, and throughout the life of your product life cycle is always there with your competitor. From your introduction stage to the decline stage, every time the competitor will be there. And as per the change in your pricing, he might change his pricing or his strategies. And his pricing strategies definitely going to affect you. Therefore, we need to focus or understand the pricing of competitors. So company with no competitors on other hand can change more. A company that understands its competitors technology, plan capacity and operational strategies can predict their cost, which is useful information for price setting. When decisions on pricing, managers takes into account both domestic as well as international competition. How we are going to face this in domestic as well as international, in local and in global. So this is why need to be understand. Whenever we are deciding the price, we should consider the competitors. While firms with the surplus capacity may price aggressively, those who have their surplus capacity, they can go with aggressions, they can go for the higher prices. But what about the others? So their export market, since domestic market is low, that is possible. When you are dealing in a one market, when you are dominating in one market, you don't need other market support. That time you can do. But otherwise, the competitor is influencing factors in deciding price. Next part is cost. How much cost you are arising at. So suppose the cost is higher for your product, you cannot reduce your price than that cost. Otherwise, you will face losses. We are always doing our business to earn profit, not for losses. So cost have an impact on pricing because it influences supply. So higher the cost or the higher the quantity of product, the company is willing to supply lower the cost relative to the price. A product that is consistently priced below its cost can be depleted a company's resource in a big way. So this is how we need to understand the cost. If the cost is not within a controlled manner, we are going to lose it. Next part is customers. Those who are our buyers, our product is depend on their willingness to buy. And we must look at the pricing issue from the perspective of customers, whether they will afford this product at this price or not, whether they believe this is a value-based pricing or not, whether this much price is really worth for our product. That matters a lot. So price increases may result in a customer defection team or competitors or a consumer obtaining for a less price replacement product. So this is how the competitors, cost and customer, we can say 3Cs can influence your pricing strategies. So all these the elements play main role in deciding the competition cost and other things. So customers, competition and cost determine the price. In highly competitive market, companies selling homogeneous item must accept the market price. Products are differentiated in a less competitive marketplace and managers have some pricing control in that area. but not in a competitive market where we have good. So there is an example like Kamlesh want to enter the new market, which is the south of India. He has appointed you as a consultant for the job. He seeks advice on the pricing strategy for his product. What are the pricing strategies you can going to suggest him? First of all, we must understand as a pricing manager, we'll have to think from the point of view of Kamlesh and for the profit. So here we are not at all going to give the suggestions and in a big manner. Our target must be the maximization of profit by selling each unit. So we should focus on setting the rate high during the first phase, like skimming pricing. As this is why, because we are entering a new market and we want to gain as a market, brand that if you want to buy us, you have to pay extra money. So as we are intended to company in a initial manner, so gradually we can reduce our pricing as per the new competition enter in the market. So as we are a sole trader, we are the only sole seller, we should go with the skimming pricing. Or suppose we can follow the penetration pricing as designed to gain attention of customer by lowering the cost of goods. So these all policies can be implemented. What the things we want? If we want as a skimming pricing, we want to gain the market share as early as possible, we can go for the skimming pricing. If we are alone over there is no competition at all. But if there is a competition, huge competition, we want to enter into the market and we want to attract the customers, we should go for the penetration strategies. Because our customer will attract us and the lowering cost will help us to enter into the market as a competitor. Next, we can go for the premium pricing as we want to increase our image pricing, or we want to give the prestige pricing. Premium pricing entails charging a high price for a product. Purchasers have a favorable image of the premium pricing because they believe that the higher the price of an item, the higher is the quality. So we can go for the premium pricing if we want to enhance our image as a price branding. Then cost plus pricing also is there. The next option we can go for the cost plus pricing. We are trying to inculcate all this pricing over here, how that can help us and what is our strategy to do. So cost plus pricing means to arrive at a selling price after marking up to the cost of goods and service. To calculate a product's pricing, add the direct material, direct labor and labor overhead cost together and multiply by the markup or the gross profit what you want to earn percentage in the customer total cost. So the customer contract or cost plus pricing can be utilized when the customer reimburses the seller for all costs incurred as well as the negotiated profit on top of this. Because sometimes customers are focusing what is you are going to spend, I am going to pay that much to you and additional part as a markup or the profit for you. So that time the cost plus pricing is important when we have what sort of customers we have. Next will be the competition based pricing. When we are entering in the market, it is very easy to go for the competition based pricing. What is competitor selling at what price, that matters to us. So competition based pricing is commonly to access production pricing, especially if you are new to the industry. To arrive at your pricing strategy, you must conduct extensive research on what your competitors are doing and what they offer and what price they offer it. So basically, we must understand this case study through the all pricing strategies, how we can implement this and which one is better. So this is how conclusion out of the above competition based pricing is suitable for to the client because he is entering a new market. We can go for the different segment and study it accordingly. And after studying that, we can go for the conclusion. And the conclusion is that the competitor pricing is much better to the client, and therefore we suggest the competition-based pricing. Now we must understand the use of cost in pricing. What cost matters for deciding the price? Definitely, we have already cost plus decision making. So we must understand the use of cost pricing. What is price? We must understand the difference between price and cost. So difference between two is the phrase. Price refers to the amount that buyers pay for a product, whereas the term cost refers to the amount that companies spend to manufacture that cost. Thing is that when we are adding our profit to that cost, it becomes a selling price. So price is that part which customers are willing to pay, and cost is that part which already we are paying to manufacture the product. When we are delivering that product, we are spending that much. What do you mean by cost? That cost is a sum or total of all expenses incurred from the raw material purchase till the finished goods sold into the market. It contains purchase of raw materials, labors, overheads. Overheads contain the factory overheads, office and administrative overheads, selling and distribution overheads. So all sort of overheads are included in the cost. And the term price refers to the amount of money that a client or consumer is willing to pay. So obtain that particular product or service, it is measured in unit, which are usually in the form of money. And the term cost, on the other hand, refers to the amount paid to develop a product or service before it is advertised or sold to the target customer. It simply refers to the cost of production, marketing, and distribution. After adding all this cost, it becomes a cost. So this is what the cost and pricing is. The next part we need to understand is use of cost in pricing. First, relevant cost. What is a relevant cost? Direct expenses. Relevance means that is related, relationship, related. So relevant cost means direct expenses are more relevant for the manager decisions made in the short term. All costs in the single product company are direct. The managers would make every effort to cover all expenses. However, challenges with a multi-product company are more complicated. Why it's being changing? Because related in different product, it will be changed. So related costs are those that can be directly linked to a certain product. All direct costs, both variable and fixed, are the related to the product, must be covered by the selling price. We must cover that price. So relevant cost is that part. Next part is called deemed elasticity and price policy. How we are understanding this concept. So demand elasticity and price policy. Our pricing is changed as per the demand. As you know, the elasticity of demand, pricing policy is changing. A company that can put its cost must determine whether or not to lower its price. The elasticity of demand must be considered here. If demand is elastic, lowering the price will be the profitable than keeping the price same, because as and when the demand decreases, we should able to sell it. We want to sell our product and we should go for the lowering the price. So cost or the other matter is demand. Changes require the price change. The next part is cost reduction. How much we are able to reduce our cost. That matters. Cost reduction. That requires we can reduce our cost with the elasticity of demand. A company that can use its cost by determining whether or not to lower its price. So when we are able to reduce the cost, we are able to reduce our selling price. So if cost is higher, our selling price is definitely going to be high. And the last part is Cost incurred. Maybe as determined by price. Definitely, the product finally gets to the public and their ability to pay is understood. Working backward from the pricing, we arrive the cost that is a consumer can afford to pay. If the product's quality is to be increased, it may possibly only if customers are willing to pay on greater price. A cost will inevitable rise. We can't stop rising the cost because the suppliers are going to enhance the pricing as per the economical changes. So we need to focus on our pricing strategy as per economical changes. Price sensitivity, the next part. The price sensitivity is the degree or the extent to which a consumer's purchasing behavior changes in response to a change in the price of a product or service. This is a simple concept of price sensitivity. Aids organizations determine the appropriate price for the product or service for sales. It allows business divisions to more competitive and grow their revenue and sales. But where the customers are hesitant to buy at higher price, we need to think over it. We can think about like this. We are buying or purchasing the Parle-G at ₹5. This is conceptual, or we can say the psychological pricing. We are not at all spending more than ₹5, but if you observe that they have reduced their quantity into that, they have reduced their cost. Earlier it was there 18 to 20 biscuits in the pack of ₹5. Nowadays you can get it ₹5. We get only 12 biscuits into it. So this is how the psychological pricing, because price sensitivity matters here. When customer feel that this product is going to be costlier, they are concerned with their ₹5. Sometimes that matters a lot. So price sensitivity affect. Factors affecting price sensitivity. Which factors customers or the price is going to be sensitive to? So first factor we need to understand is price and quality. Customers are always focusing on price. If your price reduction is there, it is always well, but without compromising the quality. If the object given is of a superior quality or a design define their status quote, such as exclusive or the luxury item, purchasers are less price sensitive. This is how we can observe that if they are focusing on quality, they may relieve the thing of pricing. They are not going to think about the pricing much. But if they are not at all interested in quality, they might go for a price. They will not compromise without a higher price. Expenditures. How much expenditure we are incurred if a product requires significant investment or has a high price tag, customer is likely to be a price sensitive while making a purchase. So whether that expensive or not. Then inventory, the stock. Now, what sort of stock is that? Inventory stands for the stock. When a purchaser, often industrial buyers, must keep item in stock, they become more price conscious when they are recording in a stock. Then unique value. Sometimes when we are following the quality, product differentiation and unique characteristics influence the customer's price sensitivity. The firm can outperform its competition by offering a unique value product or services. So these factors also affect the price sensitivity, where customers may not say like we should go for a unique product, so they are paying over there. Then end benefits. Ultimately, the product's utility to the customer is highly graded. So it is effectively fulfills the purchasing goal. The consumer is less concerned about the price. If he is understanding whether the product is satisfying his need, then there will be no matter of price sensitivity. The price will not be the factors for the customers. Then easy comparison. If customer has a chance to compare the pricing with a competitive brand at his quality, when the same quality and different pricing, then the price sensitivity will be there at the competitors or substitute product costing. So it can be perceived substitute. Sometimes customers become very price sensitive towards a product or service if the comparable suitable with available or lower prices. So that can be possible. The switching cost, when sometimes customers feel that switching from one company to another company prohibitively expensive, consumers are less price conscious and stick to a single product or service. Sometimes when they have no choice and options, if switching over is profitable, they will go for it. And switching over is loss making, they will not go for it. Price conscious will matter to them. So this is how these factors are affecting the price sensitivity of customers. So in this part, we have studied the price factors affecting the price sensitivity. Next, question answer session. So what sort of question can we ask about this segment? So what do you mean by price sensitivity? The sensitivity where the customers are quite a sensible or sensitive towards the pricing, that matters a lot, and whether that sensitivity affects our profitability. So yes, surely if we raise the prices without reason and that is not acceptable by customers, then we are not able to sell the product at that price. So price sensitivity matters where customers need to be addressed properly, they need to be taking the consideration while deciding the pricing. Then next part is explain the factors affecting the price sensitivity. So price sensitivity can be affected by various factors, whether the product is unique or the cost is there, and whatever the things have been already explained over here. And discuss the various factors that influence the pricing decision. We must understand which factors influence our pricing decision. Our competitor, our customer, our cost. We can say at least 3 C's. 3 C's to where we understand the customers. Customers' perspective matters for deciding the pricing. Customers' attitudes, customers' willingness towards the customers' behavior in the pricing, very much essential to decide the pricing. Then the cost of production at the direct cost or indirect cost, whatever the costs are going to be incurred, each and every sort of cost is essential for deciding the price, because whenever we are coming towards the price cost, we should go up to that price, because we can't sell the product below that cost. If we do so, then we are going to gain a loss. There will be a loss only if you are selling your product at less than your cost price. And the third C was competitor. We must focus, or we must have look on our competitors' engagement, competitors' attitude, how the competitor is changing its pricing, how the competitor is working on his pricing strategies. When we enter, when we change, when whatever the shift coming into the market, economical boom or bear market will be there, or any sort of economical condition, environment condition, or new competition came into the market, those who are coming with the penetration strategies, so they might have affect our pricing decision. As per their pricing decision, we'll have to follow our pricing, because that help us to gain a profit. Ultimately, every organization is focusing on the profit perspective. We are always trying to gain a profit. So therefore, these factors, 3 C's, cost, competition, and cost, competition, three parts are very essential. We need to focus on that, which are factors influencing pricing decisions. So after this question answer session, I would like to say thank you very much. This was the last part of our unit 5. Here the unit 5 is covered with different chapters. Thank you very much.